Does the world need more loving kindness? If you think so, then stick around for this video. Thanks. Hi, I'm Connie Jo Holmes. I'm with Be You to Be Full Hypnosis and Coaching, where my mission is in my company name because I teach individuals self-acceptance, so that's what the Be You stands for. And when you can accept yourself, you love yourself. And when you have those two things, it's just natural to live a very fulfilled life. So be you to be full. So today's video, I want to talk to you about just a recurring pattern or thought or experience, reminder, whatever you want to call it, that's been coming into my life a lot lately. And I think that's because I am supposed to share this out. So with my work with hypnosis and coaching, I see clients for a variety of reasons. Trauma, grief, just understanding themselves better, reaching their goals, just a huge stop smoking, just all sorts of things. And I have had a repeating pattern here lately, and no matter why people are coming to me, but in sharing their stories, I'm just hearing so clearly, loud and clear, how interactions from other human beings, how that significantly impacts the person who's in my chair, but also I'm talking to you right now. So think about those human interactions that have left a lasting impact on us, both in the positive and the negative. But lately, it's been those negative human exchanges that have been shared with me. And, I can't go into detail on them, but even if they were brief moments, even if they were moments of chaos or just different things, I guess I really need people, myself too. When I leave these videos, sometimes I'm talking in a mirror. It's a reminder for myself too. But just about how those exchanges that we have with other people, about how they make an impact and how people really carry those forward with them. And we all have moments that are not our best moments. I know I do too. And the one that I'm thinking of in my mind right now, I know that I called that person back and I apologized profusely for my outburst, and just I explained a little bit where it was coming from the point of a further deeper understanding. But at the end of the day, I apologized. That was the main reason I called. Now, was my apology fully received and accepted? I don't think it was. But at least I know that I, on my end, did what I could do to close that loop. And sometimes that's the best thing that we can do. It's all we can hope for. However, there are times that we actually have more control to take back something that maybe we said out of anger, out of chaos, out of overwhelm, whatever it might be. And it's as simple as, picking up the phone or making a point to see that person, especially if you might work together, or else if you're in a setting that you're going to see each other for a while, to pop in and just say, I was not at my best yesterday. I sincerely apologize for that. Because that is what that person's going to remember, and not that initial ugly event. And again, without going into details about personal stories and stuff like that, but I'm just hearing such a common theme of that lately. And it really saddens me to think that just a passing moment of time at work, time on a highway, time in a hospital, time at a volunteer event, something like that, just this passing time that may not have been that most positive with somebody, really left such a deep impact on them. And so I guess this video is to just encourage all of us, especially, I'm going to leave it at that, to encourage all of us, period, to be mindful of that, and to remember that, and to remember that kindness goes a really long way. And at the end of the day, That Maslow's hierarchy of needs, people really wanting that connection and that belonging. I think that is just so huge. I really do believe that is such a significant human need that everybody desires to have. And so, does that mean that you're walking on the sidewalk and you look every person that you walk by, do you look them in the eye? I can't tell you how many places I go now that people don't even look at you. And I'm like, when did that become a thing? Let alone the person running the cash register. Look up, acknowledge the person. That's not that hard. But even just walking in to a room or something like that, like people like don't acknowledge you, and that is ridiculous. And that is something that, my God, that needs to change. But if you're somebody who's doing that, I really encourage you to knock that off. Hold the door for somebody. When somebody walks in a door and you're right there, look at them. Even if you just smile, something like that. Those things matter. You never know. That person who's walking in that door, they might be walking in with like the weight of the world on their shoulders. And then they're greeted with, like just what does that do to them? That weight that they carried on them, oh, that's just one more thing that you just put on them when all you needed to do was look at them and smile. Now, you might be hearing this thinking, hello, I want the same in return. Like people aren't doing that to me. And that could be true. But you know what? It needs to start somewhere. So why not let it start with you? I run workshops periodically on emotional intelligence. And that is a phrase I say, that emotional intelligence needs to start somewhere. So don't you want to be the intelligent one? So I encourage you with that, I encourage you to consider that with this message as well. Don't you want to be the kind one? Don't you want to be the one to start that? So, all right, I hope that was helpful, but just to err on the side of a closing here, just a high level recap closing, and that is, this world needs a lot more kindness in the world. And so why don't you consider, and myself included, being the one to start that kindness? Show people love, show people belonging, show people a connection. Remember Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and belonging is the thing that humans need and want more than anything. And that belonging can start with a simple smile, a simple how are you, a simple thank you. And please go out into the world and consider doing this, and come back to this channel and let me know, how did it feel to both give and receive that? All right, thank you so much. So please do well, and please remember to always be you, to be full. All right, thank you so much.